Hola mi gente, ¿cómo están? Pues aquí tenemos a un señorón. Thanks everyone for watching us right now. I'm gonna try to speak English even with my not really good English because tonight I'm gonna be translated what my guest is gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about elections. We're gonna talk about his personal life. I never told him, but we will. Vamos a hablar acerca de un candidato para la alcaldía de Calgary y él es ni más ni menos que Jeff Davison. Hey! How are you doing?
Well, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, well, thank you.
Beer, so you have
Yeah, Pacific. Oh,
you know,
salud.
beer.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so welcome to our show. Hi to Alenka. She couldn't make it today, but we're gonna try to do of this interview, like something like as usual we do, like dynamic. I'm not very formal. You know what I mean? That's the way I am, but I can like people. No les miento, estoy nervioso porque nunca había tenido una persona de la política aquí conmigo, pero empiecen a compartir. Please share this show because it's going to be very interesting. Jeff is going to talk about, of course, about elections. These elections for he's running for mayor of the city of Calgary. Él está ahorita participando para alcalde de la ciudad de Calgary. Entonces vamos a conocer mucho acerca de él, pero también nos va a hablar acerca de cuál es su plan de trabajo y muchas cosas más que ustedes no saben. So, in this interview, we want to know a lot of stuff, not only about politics side, not only him as a politician. I don't see what I have here, because so,
Hidden question.
vamos a tener preguntas como indiscretas y de todo, porque pues eso se trata en este show. So we're gonna have these kind of, maybe some of them tricky questions, or I don't know if this is gonna make you a little bit uncomfortable, but I don't care. So
You're gonna ask tricky questions. You better be prepared. Are you nervous?
Yeah.
You seem nervous. Are you okay?
No.
Okay.
I am.
That's my job.
Okay, I know. So, but before we continue with this interview, we want to play a video that actually Mr. Jeff Davison showed me the last time we went to a press conference, which I'm mad with some people, they never attended. I'm going to kick your boob because that's not nice. Entonces, a los que no fueron a la conferencia, les voy a patear el culo because that was not nice, ¿ok? Pero vamos a conocer un poquito más en este video y luego le vamos a hacer unas preguntas y después pasamos a la cuestión de las elecciones. So, we're going to watch this video and then we're going to talk briefly, just a little bit. I have I have especially one question for Jeff. I won't tell you a question right now. So let's play. Let's play the video. Curtain. Be back.
Hey Calgary, Jeff Davison here. Job interviews are the worst. Am I right? You're always worried if you're dressed right, or what's the strange question they're going to ask you, like, what's the one thing you'd want with you on a deserted island? Boat. Boat's the right answer, folks.
Next.
That's me. But let's get to why I'm here. I'm running to be your next mayor, Calgary, and if you stick with me for a minute, I'm going to tell you why. But first, the backstory. So this is me, Jeff Davison, oldest child, class clown, son, husband, dad, sports fan, not really, and born and raised Calgarian. What's the number one thing you need to know about me? It's probably that I've always had a way of bringing people together to get things done. I'm not sure where I learned to do that. Maybe it was from my dad, who was a firefighter for 33 years and an amazing leader. Or maybe my mom. who worked in the office at the school, who always encouraged us to put family first. Okay, next up, job experience. I began my career in broadcasting, then turned my passion for film into a business and became a movie producer. I've used my industry know-how to grow the Calgary Film Centre and attract a record number of Hollywood productions to the area. That means hundreds of millions of dollars for city businesses and good-paying jobs for Calgarians. But my career didn't actually start in film. I spent 15 years in the energy industry before moving into senior roles with a world-class tech startup and a global digital media company. And for the past 4 years, I've been a hard-working councillor for Ward 6, building some incredible relationships and creating real value across the city. Goes without saying, I've seen a lot over my career. I'm running because I see a gap in leadership in the mayor's race. We can't fight for the common good if we're too busy fighting each other. We especially need government and business to work together to help Calgary recover from the last few years. I've leaned on my experience to help create Calgary's economic development strategy, including work on the Opportunity Calgary Investment Fund, which has grown about 200 new tech-based startups and created nearly 2,000 jobs over the past 4 years. As a member of council, I've used my business background to reduce red tape, keep taxes low, find millions in savings at City Hall, initiate a downtown recovery strategy, protect our parks, address mental health and addiction, advance the Green Line, and find better and faster ways to remove our snow every year. Okay, enough about work. Let's move on to the hobby section of my CV. What do I like to do for fun? I'm a pilot, but I don't get to fly much these days. I wish I did. My family and I spend a lot of time in city parks or driving out to the mountains. I'm a decent handyman and I've done my share of renovating. But nothing beats sharing stories and laughs and maybe a pint or two with family, friends, and neighbors. Through good times and bad, nothing beats a strong sense of community. That's my resume in a nutshell. So, to recap, if you think Calgary's next mayor needs to be a well-rounded, business-minded collaborator, someone who listens and understands that this election isn't about me, it's about you, and that Calgary doesn't recover unless every Calgarian recovers, without the right leadership, we risk losing everything we've worked so hard to gain. So if you're with me, check out my website, order a lawn sign, sign up to volunteer, or weigh in on the issues that matter most to you. So that 5 years from now, Calgary's the thriving, dynamic, affordable city we all want it to be.
Okay, Jeff, we're ready for you.
I'm ready too. Let's keep going, Calgary.
That's an amazing video. I really like it. You know, like, I guess, I'm not sure, but I guess, I'm not sure, but I guess that maybe you're the first candidate or, you know, like running for mayor that have done that kind of video.
Well, yeah, like you want to do these things to let people get to know you, like beyond the politician you see on TV, beyond the, you know, the community leader that people see you as. You know, people want to know your background, and so I just try to use some of my experience in film and try and bring a fun kind of product to the market.
Yeah, well, that's amazing. Well, let's get out for him. Eso. We really like.
I want a bell. I'm really.
I'm sorry. Okay, well, okay. So here, well, thank you so much again for being. I mean, for be here. Don't look at my questions.
What? I'm looking at.
He's trying to cheat on me, like, you know. Está tratando de ver las preguntas que le vamos a hacer en un rato. No lo voy a dejar. Son preguntas sorpresas. Vamos a tener, para la gente que nos está viendo, que habla español, compartan. Esto va a estar muy padre porque no es una entrevista cualquiera y ustedes lo saben. This is not an interview like any other interviews. You know what I mean? This is gonna be fun, and also in the same time you will know more about elections. I mean, like what are Jeff's thoughts and his plan for, like, his work plan, or I don't know how you call it because I'm not into politics, but you know, like, he will let us know. But first thing that I want to ask you is, after watching this video, what drives you, or what's the reason? I mean, like, because you're a movie producer, you're an actor as well.
No, God, no, I don't act.
Well, here are you acting or are you real? Like,
This is me in person.
oh, interesting, Chelsea. Hi, interesting. Anyways, so but you're a pilot. I mean, like you have you can fly it, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I've got a pilot's license.
nice. And also, what else I saw? Like you've been radio host or something like that.
Well,
Well,
I
see.
started in broadcasting. I mean,
Oh,
originally,
broadcasting.
When I was working in energy here, I wanted to do something different with my life and thought I would go into broadcasting, and then ended up in doing some journalism, and then went and got a degree, and ended up back in energy, and never really got out there and hosted shows. So.
Lo que le está diciendo que, pues, lo que les comentaba ahorita y lo que vieron en el video es de que, o sea, él ha hecho, bueno, ha sido piloto, ha sido. Le preguntaba que si él fue conductor de radio, me dice que no, pero estaba haciendo broadcasting y aparte, pues, productor de películas y de todo un poco. Entonces, la pregunta que le estoy haciendo es, ¿por qué decidió involucrarse en la cuestión de la política? So, but I still have not really clear why you jump from producing movies or that kind of stuff and to politics.
You know, I never thought that I would go into politics. You know, never thought I would. And, you know, once I started having kids, you know, you really start thinking about the future of your kids in the city. You know, I'm fortunate now to be born and raised in the ward I represent. But at the time when I ran first back in 2017, I didn't like the direction the city was going in. I didn't see where, you know, young people today would find opportunity a decade from now. And so decided to stop complaining and start doing something about it.
Okay, lo que él está diciendo, no sé, porque hablo muy rápido. I don't know what he said because he talked too fast. But what I understand, what I catch it, I'm just kidding. No, anyways, so we're gonna try to make this more dynamic. I'm sure most of the people, they understand English, most of them, probably not a lot of them, but what he says is like he has the opportunity. Oh, I still speak in English, I'm sorry. Lo que él dice es que le surgió la oportunidad de incursionar en esto de la política, le surgió la oportunidad de trabajar también, o sea, trabajar con el gobierno de aquí de Calgary desde el 2017 y entonces es por eso que pues después se fue involucrando, como ustedes saben, él es consejero, no sé cómo traducirlo, la verdad, I don't know how to translate it, but you're counsel, right, from the Ciudad Calgary, él es como consejero de la ciudad de Calgary, you see, that's why, Alenka, where are you? It would be easier for me. Hubiera sido más fácil.
You're doing great.
Thank you so much. Thanks. You like Pacificos, that's why you say that.
That's true.
Bueno. Okay, so now, thank you so much, I mean, like, for answering this kind of, this question, because after watching the video, we were like, he could probably be in Hollywood still making movies and that kind of stuff. Él podría estar en Hollywood haciendo películas y eso, en igual de andar en la política. Pero ahora le vamos a preguntar para que tengan una idea y para que ustedes piensen un poco si quieren apoyarlo a él o quieren votar por alguien más. Pero los invitamos a apoyar a Jeff Davison. He's an amazing person. Plus, he has a lot of experience as per what I wrote in your bio in the, you know, the biography on the City of Calgary website. And I saw that you've been in a lot of different, say, positions, or what is it, like, right? Porque él ha estado en muchos diferentes puestos, en puestos diferentes en el gobierno de la ciudad de Calgary. Entonces, ahorita le vamos a preguntar acerca de qué espera para estas elecciones y cómo ve ahorita cómo van las elecciones. So tell us a little bit before, I mean, you said like talking about topics that you posted on Facebook before, you know, like transit, this and that, blah, 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 economy, or, you know, like that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. Tell us how you feel, you know, your contenders, how can I say, you know, like your rivals, your, you know, the other candidates, how you feeling right now? Because I even saw on Facebook that you're getting like after how many days? Like 12 days, you say, or something like after 12 days. I mean, like it's that, you know, like the people that is supporting you and is like
Doubled in 6 days.
yeah. Yeah, ok. Después de como 12 días, él ha notado que va incrementando el número de personas o simpatizantes, como decimos en español, que van a votar por él. Pero tenemos otros candidatos, obviamente, y queremos saber cuál es su perspectiva acerca de esto. So, what are you thinking about, like, I mean, like...
Well, I mean, you know, elections are tricky right now, right? And if you think about COVID-19 has created a lot of distraction for people. We've just gone through a federal election as well. And now we've got a municipal election happening. And so ultimately, a lot of things are happening in a very short period of time for the municipal election, which would normally be stretched over probably a period of 6 months, are now happening in 3 weeks.
That's amazing. I mean, and that's good. So I invite all our Latino people to check his website, you know, like the official website. And there's like a crawler running right now there on the screen. So where they can see, you know, your email, info, I can't remember what I said, but info. So the email, the email. So if you have any questions, you want to send an email to Jeff, you can send an email there, or you can contact them, you know, if you want to volunteer, if you want to support him some way. So send an email, you can contact him. And then also there's his Facebook page. What's the name of the page? It's running right there, but it's Jeff Davison.
Jeff Davison YYC.
YYC, well, that's like at Jeff Davison YYC.
Yes.
But the name of the page is Jeff Davison for Mayor.
Yes.
Calgary. See,
you're good. You got this.
Yeah, well, of course. I have all the stuff there. And also, what else? Bueno, ahorita están corriendo ahí en la pantalla el email, el correo electrónico donde pueden, si tienen dudas, si quieren hacerle una petición a él, le pueden enviar un email ahí o le pueden, para que chequen su website. Está muy interesante todas las propuestas que él tiene. Y además también está el videíto que pasamos ahorita. Mucha información de interés. De verdad, los invito a que chequen su website y que chequen su Facebook para que vean. Últimamente estamos viendo que han dado en muchas partes. Like, what I noticed, and I told him, you can see him, but it's somebody else here. And
magic of television.
So what I noticed is that you guys been really busy these days, right? Because I saw you at the Calgary Herald and a lot of interviews. You have got a lot of interviews. Right? Like, so I asked you already how you feel, because of course there's some other candidates, you know, like they're running for, you know, like
Sure.
for mayor as well.
Yeah.
But does this make you feel? Well, literally, I mean, like, what you feeling right now about, like, when you see, because I saw some like sorry about my English, for weather is forecast. So how you see, you know, that, I don't know if it's just in English is pronostics, or you know what I mean, how can you see like the
Polling.
Yeah, kind of. I don't know how to say it, but
Yeah, look, we feel really good about where the campaign is. And I think, you know, the other candidates in market have been there for a very long time, almost like they've been campaigning for over a year. We entered this race a few months ago because I really saw a lack of leadership.
sorry.
And so it's all about, you know, getting your awareness up. And polls don't matter. Polls are just a moment in time. The only poll that matters is election day.
Ok, entonces él nos está diciendo, porque le estaba preguntando acerca de cómo se siente él viendo los, ¿cómo puedo decir? Los pronósticos o cuál es el porcentaje en el que está apareciendo en las redes sociales acerca de los simpatizantes que tiene cada candidato y todo eso. Entonces lo que él dice, que se siente satisfecho porque los otros candidatos empezaron con mucho tiempo su campaña y él empezó recientemente. Entonces, pues creo que a pesar de haber empezado hace pocos la campaña, tiene muy buen, por decirlo así, como rating. He has rating.
It's like a rating.
Yeah. So, okay, I'm going to mention some of the topics. You know, like I saw you posted it on Facebook, and then I'm going to give you the freedom. You know, like you will be free to talk before we finish the show. Like whatever you want to tell to the people from Calgary, you know, the community, you know, like or people, Latino people, or people from because it's a multicultural city. So, but before I wanna be focused in some of the points.
Sure.
You know, but I guess we have some people. Carlton, do you have any questions there, or? Is it in Spanish?
I do.
All in
I
Spanish.
have a question here, guys.
Okay.
It asks, Jeff.
Yeah.
What is the most challenging part of keeping the community's safety during the pandemic?
I'm gonna translate first.
Sure.
Okay. Jeff, ¿cuál es la perspectiva o lo que debemos de esperar? Lo estoy traduciendo de una forma, no específicamente cómo se escribe, pero la pregunta es, what's the name of the person?
Gabby.
Gaby Jimelo. Gaby, hola Gaby Jimelo. Ok, so, entonces ella está preguntando acerca de la seguridad pública en Calgary y vamos a ver qué nos contesta Jeff.
You know, the biggest challenge is that, you know, the city has a really limited things we can do to keep people safe during a pandemic. And so a lot of what we had to focus on is keeping businesses open. So think about why we created more patio space to give restaurants and bars an opportunity to stay open. The biggest challenge is working with the other orders of government who do handle the health files. And so, you know, I guess the biggest thing I could say is that you're always in reactive mode, right? When there's a pandemic happening, it's almost impossible to be proactive about what's happening. You're always reacting to something around you is changing. But what it taught me is that you need to be nimble, right? You need to be able to be iterative. And sometimes when conditions change, we just have to make decisions that put public health and safety in mind, but also ensure our businesses stay open.
Ok, bueno, así en resumidas cuentas, o sea, palabras, lo que él está diciendo es que a pesar de todo lo que estamos pasando, menciona acerca de la pandemia y de la seguridad pública y hablamos también acerca de la salud pública, que él dice, a pesar de eso, se tiene que encontrar la forma para expandir, por ejemplo, en el caso para darle apoyo a los negocios y todo eso, de expandir, por ejemplo, la forma de ver cómo expandir los patios, seguir dando, o sea, a los restaurantes, a los bares y todo este tipo de negocios, de la forma de cómo encontrar la forma de que no se vengan abajo todo ese tipo de negocios y darles más apoyo. Now, I guess I have a question here. Okay, well, this is just like Jorge Cervantes. Jorge, he said, hello, Paquito, Ringo. But then he says, like, say hi to the next Calgary mayor, Jeff Davison. Yay, where's my bell?
We like that.
Yeah. And who else is here? Greetings, sir. She's Helen Martinez. She's like, greetings, sir. I really like what I heard from you. Good luck, and I hope you will be our next mayor. Yep. Okay. Who else? Okay, so, now we're going straight to topics after these questions. Okay, yeah, I'm just going to mention, right, like specifically one of the topics. Voy a mencionar uno de los tópicos que a tocar porque tienen preguntas, tienen preguntas, envíen las preguntas y se las vamos a hacer lo mejor que podamos para hacer la pregunta a él. If you have any questions, yes, make a comment and then we'll let him know about your questions. Si tienen preguntas, mándenla y se la vamos a hacer a él. Okay, I have to go here.
It was a very interactive show. I like this.
I know. Well, thanks. Okay, here. I'm gonna mention this because it's not only because I guess it was one of the first topics, or you posted on Facebook, and also because I saw some people, they weren't happy about, maybe I haven't mentioned any names, but about the Prime Minister, because he didn't show up for for the National Day for Truth and Reconciliation. So I won't ask you specifically about that, but I want you to tell us about that. I mean, like, let's say, what about this National Day for Truth and Reconciliation?
Yeah. Well, I mean, super important day, right? And I think it's about time we start having these tough conversations about where we've been and where we're going to. And so I think having a day set aside to think about that is incredibly important, especially for a place like Calgary. It's one of the reasons why we're expanding the Indigenous office at the City of Calgary, because we really need to think about if we're going to recover, we have to recover together. We have to start providing opportunity. And so even when it comes to social or economic situations, we have to make sure that we're inclusive to those situations, to all members of our community.
Okay, lo que él está diciendo es que, o sea, que tienen que, o sea, en cuanto al día, bueno, si lo traduzco suena medio raro, pero acerca del National Day for Truth and Reconciliation, lo que él dice es que, o sea, él va a trabajar en todos los aspectos, económicos, o sea, todo relacionado con inclusión, o sea, incluir a toda la comunidad de indígena, digamos. Bueno, no sé si traducirlo así porque a lo mejor si no entiende uno se va a enojar por ahí porque no es el término a lo mejor, pero lo que dice él es que, y lo estoy leyendo aquí también, acerca de que dice, it's time to stop talking about reconciliation and start doing it. O sea, dice, es tiempo para parar de hablar acerca de reconciliación y comenzar a hacerlo. O sea, comenzar a hacer algo bien por eso. Well, thanks so much. I'm gonna a little bit more. But like I said, there's a lot of staff.
There's a lot of information there. These are tough subjects, and there's a lot of things we have to say. But I think at the end of the day, we have to stop talking. We really have to start doing.
Awesome. And what about transit? What Calgary transit?
It's a big subject. I mean, what do you want to know? I mean,
well, what is your what would you want to improve, about transit in general, you know what I mean? Tell us something about what's your plan in regards of transit.
Yeah, I have been fortunate to be the city's chair of the Transportation and Transit Committee for about 2.5 years. And, in my time, you really learn that transit isn't just about, access to transit, it's access to opportunity, right? When you understand how much people rely on a good transit network in our city, that's getting home to the kids faster after work. That's making sure grandma gets to the doctor. That's ensuring students get to school, and everything in between. And so thinking about opportunities in particular around Green Line and building the Green Line, that's a really critical piece of overall, yes, economic recovery, yes, downtown recovery, but also it enhances our transit network here in Calgary.
Ok, lo que él nos está diciendo ahorita es que la cuestión del transporte, que así lo podemos traducir a español, cuestión de transporte o tránsito, que no estamos hablando solamente de a lo mejor incrementar nuevas rutas y todo eso, pero está hablando acerca de que esto tiene un gran impacto en la cuestión económica, porque muchas de las personas como yo, like me, I use Calgary Transit, and I have a low-income bus pass. I'm just kidding, when I was. Anyway, so.
Well, you might. I mean, lots of people do, right? I mean, that's where access to transit is what I mean. You know, our low-income transit pass is super important because that does give citizens opportunity, gives them access to opportunity. You know, there's a great story we tell about, you know, we used to have transit passes that cost, I think, you know, $40, right? And, you know, the amount of people that have been able to come in and for under $20 ensure every member of their family gets a transit pass. That's a really important thing for us to have here.
Yeah, it's pretty good actually, and the reason that I mentioned that is because I guess they used to have on like for everybody low income bus pass used to be like one cost price, right? Like that's where you just something about that, and now it's like for entry, and you have this it's a new system or whatever, you know, like depends on how much money you made, and
it's
sliding scale. Bueno, por eso mencioné esto también, porque anteriormente no se hacía lo de era como una tarifa para cualquier persona que compraba para low income, para bajos recursos, que compraba un pase para los autobuses, y él está trabajando en esa área o ese departamento, y es uno de los logros que ha tenido y que han implementado ellos, de lograr bajar, o sea, los costos, dependiendo de cuánto fue el income, right? Like depending on the income, like cuánto hicieron de dinero en el año y todas esas cosas. Aparte mencionó, si se me pasa una cosa, discúlpenme, estoy tratando lo mejor posible, habló acerca de la línea verde del C-Train, talking about the Green Line. Entonces ellos están trabajando en eso también, porque obviamente es algo que va a afectar a muchas personas positivamente en cuanto al transporte en la ciudad de Calgary. Vamos a pasar a algo más. Let's go to another point.
Okay.
There you go.
Ring the bell. Let's do it.
Oh, there's a question over there?
We do have a question from the audience here.
Question from the audience.
Otra pregunta.
We have one from Hall Cassier. Apologies if I mispronounced. It asks, what are your thoughts on the growing homeless population?
Yeah, you know, COVID has taught us that's a big challenge. And I think, you know, social disorder has really spiked here in Calgary, as it has in a lot of jurisdictions around North America, right? It tells us that we need to be much more proactive about social disorder, addiction and wellness, mental health, housing, all of those things. You know, we're a growing city, and there's a lot of attention that we're going to have to pay going forward to how everyone recovers.
Okay, está mencionando. Sorry, can you say the question again?
Yeah, for sure.
Right. Yeah, because I got it.
What are your thoughts on the growing homeless population?
Oh, okay. Entonces, la respuesta es, la pregunta fue que cuáles son sus pensamientos, cuáles son, qué piensa él acerca de el crecimiento de gente viviendo en las calles, y lo que él responde es que pues ponerse más activos en esa cuestión y ver la cuestión de cuestión de viviendas, o hablando acerca de a lo mejor crear nuevos shelters maybe, or that kind of stuff, right? Like, y entonces vemos que tiene hasta los tópicos que hemos tocado ahorita, vemos, o desde mi punto de vista, no sé, ustedes qué opinan, coméntenlo también, vemos que él tiene un gran plan de trabajo. Métanse a la página, go to the website, go to Facebook, the official page of Facebook, and then you will find all these topics. You can see it from there, I know, but you can see all like about his work plan, right? Like what he's been really focused on to, you know, like improve, you know, like this like transit and housing, all that kind of stuff. Entonces ahí pueden ver todo eso, métanse, ahí está corriendo. The calendar is right there. You can go to the website, and also how to support him. Vote for Jeff Davison. Okay. Yay! Well, it was your turn. What the hell?
Okay, well,
Anyways, what I'm saying, anyways, like very often, like next topic.
okay. New thing.
Oh, sí.
Okay.
Okay, new topic. Otro tópico acerca de un plan en la cuestión climática. Climate plan.
Mhm.
Can you tell us something about that?
Yeah, I mean, we've got to start thinking as a major city, what are we going to do to address climate change? And so thinking about everything on how we provide power, so having steam turbines that are generating electricity, utilizing gray water coming out of our waste treatment facilities, rather than put that water back into the river, let's utilize it for electricity. Thinking about electrification of buses, thinking about...
Why? There's a lot of information.
Okay.
Okay.
You just got to slow me down.
It's like impossible, but I try.
Okay.
Nos está diciendo acerca de cambio climático, acerca de un plan acerca de los cambios climáticos o de qué manera está pensando él en su plan de trabajo de cómo puede ayudar. Y están pensando en las aguas residuales y todo eso, utilizarlas para hacer funcionar las turbinas, para producir electricidad. También mencionó acerca de los autobuses que trabajen solamente con energía, con electricidad. ¿Qué más? ¿Qué estoy perdiendo? Bueno, continue.
Yeah, so you talked about the electrification of buses.
Oh.
Naturalization of certain areas around the city and roadways, a net zero policy on new buildings. There's lots cities can do to contribute, right?
All right, awesome. Okay, let me see. Well, there's a lot of stuff that we can talk, but I will let you talk sometime.
I'm happy to answer questions.
Hey, stop looking at these questions. So, yeah, but you're more concerned than I. You're just like,
No, I'm
we're gonna stop. Anyways, so
See, always this way, folks?
I know. Bueno, ahorita va a tener la oportunidad de hablarnos así en general y conocer un poquito más acerca de los tópicos de los que estamos hablando, pero es una infinidad de tópicos. Al final de la entrevista, él va a tener toda la libertad de hablar así en general, de todo lo que él nos está proponiendo o cuáles son sus propuestas para el plan de trabajo. So, Mr. Jeff is gonna have all the freedom in the end of the show to talk about no, because I mean, we cannot I wish we can spend the whole night, talking about all the topics, but I want you to, in the end, talk, like whatever you want to mention, about all of these topics, right? Like maybe, I don't know, I will let you talk. It's fine.
Okay.
So, but now we have this. Vamos a cambiar un poquito de tema y vamos a regresar a lo de las elecciones porque esta noche queremos saber, va a ser como una dinámica. This is like a very dynamic kind of game, or I don't know. We calling these quick questions. Yeah. Ahorita vamos a regresar con más acerca de las elecciones, ¿ok? Y lo que quieran saber, pregunten. We'll be back, talking about, we will talk about elections again, but after this, because we want to know how fast this guy can think.
Oh man.
Don't get stressed.
Yeah,
Just
I'm not gonna,
don't get stressed. Don't get stressed. You might be nervous before, so don't feel nervous.
I'm ready.
Okay. So these are like quick questions, even they're not questions. Esas son preguntas, aunque no son preguntas para responder rápido. Yo creo que ustedes han escuchado en algunos shows cuando les dan una palabra, it's just a word, but don't think too much about that, please.
Okay, so what am I supposed to do here? I feel like
My time is very valuable, so this show is very expensive. So
They're done. You'll say a word,
and then
first
first thought that comes to mind, like
whether it's
hours, ask something, whatever.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Okay.
Okay,
So first one, family,
kids,
recreation,
gym,
Calgary.
Togetherness.
Future.
Right.
Love.
I'll get killed if I don't say my wife.
Okay. Inclusion.
Diversity.
Diversity?
Inclusion.
Yeah, he's pretty smart.
Yeah, right.
It's your fault, content. Reconciliation.
Truth.
Say it again. What?
Truth.
Truth. Okie dokie. Well, you was trying to find out what that was it. You know, but I can ask you something. Okay, la gente que nos está viendo ahí, si quieren hacer preguntas, o sea, digamos en una sola palabra, y yo se las paso a Jeff y él les puede responder acerca de eso. Entonces, vamos a checar ahorita. Let me take a look and say, you know, like,
Sure.
see people comments and oh, where is it?
There is one other question.
Okay, let's do it.
Oh, go ahead.
It's once again from Gabby.
Mhm.
She asks, what kind of improvements would you be able to do for those people who have been suffering from their job loss during this difficult time?
You know, the economy is the number one problem. I think, you know, creating jobs, creating opportunity, and getting people back to work is the number one issue facing our city. And in particular, you know, we see so many young people leaving Calgary right now. We really have to fight to get not only the opportunities here in Calgary, but keep those young people in the opportunities so that we have a thriving, dynamic, and affordable city.
Interesting. Ok, la pregunta que hizo Corton es acerca de cómo puede, o cuál es el plan para apoyar a las personas que se quedaron sin trabajo. That was a question about the loss of job, that kind of stuff. Entonces, él lo que dice que él está muy enfocado, están muy enfocados, él y su equipo de trabajo, en la cuestión de enfocarse especialmente en los jóvenes también, para mejorar la economía y para darle soporte a esas personas que desgraciadamente por cuestiones de COVID y todo esto, algunos pues yo le estoy poniendo un poquito más, yo sé, pero pues algunos fueron despedidos y todo eso, entonces ellos están trabajando en esa cuestión también y tienen un plan obviamente, o dentro del plan de trabajo tienen en mente las estrategias para poder apoyar en esa parte. You understand what I'm saying?
Not at all. It sounds great.
Do you? It is great. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you, you know, like I'm gonna say some words in Spanish.
Okay.
And I want you to repeat
Okay.
the same words. Okay?
This might be fun.
There you go. Yeah. Okay. Cuando llego a mi casa,
Yeah, you gotta slow it right down.
oh, you see, do you know what I feel when you talk too fast?
I know.
Okay. No, I'm just kidding. Estoy jugando. A ver, ¿qué quieren que le diga? Okay, queremos escuchar a Jeff que habla español. Okay, it's gonna be even easier. Tell me something in Spanish. No, just tell me a sentence, not only just one word. Because you're gonna say una cerveza. No, that's not valid. Not that one.
Una cerveza, por favor.
Cotton.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. Cotton.
No, it's okay.
It's like, huh? Okay, no, something else. I know it's so easy. Like when you guys go to Mexico, or you didn't say one.
Tell
You
me
say
how we
dos
say-
cervezas.
Tell me how we
Por
say
favor, right?
get out and vote. How do we say get out and vote?
Vayan
Vayan.
over there
Vayan.
y
Y.
voten.
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 Okay, you know you pronounce it's the V, but it's voten.
Okay. Sure. Sounds
Okay,
good.
again.
Voten.
Vayan
Vayan.
over there.
Over there.
Vayan
Yeah.
over there. I mean, like to the camera. Okay,
Yeah.
vayan
Vayan.
y voten. Voten
Y voten.
por mí.
Por
For me. Vayan y voten por mí. vayan
Vayan
y voten por mí.
por mí.
Now to the camera. Vayan y voten
Y voten
por mí.
por mí.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's as good as it's going to get, people.
Okay. Well, now I know. Maybe I mean, like we can ask you a lot more questions, but like I say, I mean, like this one.
You got one more?
There you go. Yeah. Come on. Vamos.
So once again, Gabby asks, what can you do to avoid young people leaving the city and generate more jobs for the youth community?
What I have been doing, Gabby, I think attracting technology companies and new opportunities to our city is critically important if we're going to keep young people here. But it's also about giving young people something to do in Calgary, right? We need to make sure young people today want to be in Calgary because we know they don't need to be anymore.
Okay. Can you repeat the question?
Absolutely, yeah. The question was,
What
can we do to avoid young people leaving the city and generate more jobs to keep them in the state?
To avoid people. I mean,
Yeah.
young people leaving this year, like moving somewhere else.
Lots of young people are leaving Calgary right now.
Okay. La pregunta es, ¿qué es lo que se está planeando hacer o qué es lo que se puede hacer para evitar que la juventud o los jóvenes de Calgary se muevan a otras ciudades o a otros lugares por cuestión obviamente de los trabajos, de las oportunidades de trabajo? Y lo que Jeff dice, que se está trabajando en eso y pues que se van a implementar. O sea, dentro de su plan, creo que habíamos mencionado un poquito de eso, pero no nos habíamos enfocado acerca de los jóvenes. Can you just please repeat some about what you just said, because I missed some. Like,
Yeah, so it's all about, new technology opportunities.
Oh, okay.
Providing young people with the jobs they want to have, as well as giving young people things to do in our city, right? Make them want to choose Calgary.
Okay, él dice que van a incrementar, van a implementar más bien nueva tecnología, van a tratar de crear nuevos trabajos donde, implementando la nueva tecnología, por lo que yo entiendo, va a dar más oportunidades de trabajo para los jóvenes de aquí de Calgary. Gaby. Okay, so now, do you want to... What's that? I need WA40. Like...
Don't fall out of your chair. Too many surveys.
I know. God, I'm too heavy now. Oh, stop. So after, if we have some other questions before we finish the show, I want you, like I mentioned before, I want you to feel free, invite our people. And, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to translate all at once because it's not easy for me, but what else, like if you want to mention some other points from some other topics that we don't talk about right now. So, okay, I was going to say, él tiene toda la libertad, va a tener toda la libertad de hablarnos, de platicarnos acerca tal vez de otros puntos que no tocamos ahorita porque es muchísimo, pero como les digo, the Crowdlet is right there. You can go to a website. You can check all these topics, what is in his work plan. Ahí pueden ver, ahí está pasando la página oficial de Facebook, del website, y ahí pueden ir y ahí pueden checar todos estos tópicos en los que él está realmente interesados. De verdad, me gustaría mucho, tal vez podemos organizar algo, me voy a poner de acuerdo con él, nos vamos a poner de acuerdo con él, tal vez podemos organizar algo antes de las elecciones para que lo conozcan en persona, porque honestamente tiene un excelente plan de trabajo y además pueden sentir la buena vibra. Es una persona muy sencilla, es una persona que, como les digo, se siente la buena vibra, pero no se trata solamente de buena vibra. Voy a hacer un trabalenguas. No se siente solamente de buena vibra, pero se necesita la buena vibra. I translated a bit. A lo que voy es de que tiene todo, por lo que estamos escuchando, tiene todas las intenciones de hacer cosas, incluso cosas nuevas, que tal vez no tienen en su mente los demás candidatos. No conozco a los demás candidatos, estamos apoyándolo a él, porque yo sé que la gente latina que pueden votar aquí en Calgary se van a interesar después de esta entrevista y se van a interesar en ir a lo mejor y checar en el website y checar su Facebook y ver, aparte de todas las habilidades o toda la experiencia que tiene dentro de puestos en la ciudad, se van a interesar en brindarle apoyo a él. Okay, so can you translate it to English, please?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, so what I'm saying is that after this interview, you know how it works in my show, right? Like we're trying to make it more dynamic, but I guess he's being really, how can I say, like concise or accurate with some information. I'm like what you've been telling in regards of some of the topics, but we have no time. Unfortunately, we have no time enough time to talk about all the topics or any points you're just thinking and you want to know more about this, right? Like what's in his work plan. And so I invite you to go to the website or go to the Facebook. It's running out there right now, the crawler. You have any questions, there's an email as well. And I invite you to really support this man because probably we can organize something and you can meet him in person, right? We can probably organize something and then you will, besides, like I said, I mean, like you can feel like a very good vibe, right? Like a good vibes from you, which it doesn't mean that with good vibes you're gonna do, like you're gonna improve life in Calgary for all the community or the people in Calgary. But I guess it's necessary sometimes, like to have this, like have the intention or how can I say it, right? Like, and all what we've been talking about in this interview, it sounds for me, and I'm sure for some of the people that is watching the show, sounds very interesting. And probably if they checked already the other candidates proposals or like what is in their plans, maybe they don't have the same work plan as he does. So I invite you, like to check the website, and then I invite you later to both of him. I invite you, that's why I'm saying that. But now you can talk.
Okay. I would say
thanks.
This is a really important election for Calgary, right? And my choice is to move Calgary forward, and that means creating opportunity for everyone, right? We've all chosen Calgary as our home. Now it's time to fight to make this the thriving, dynamic, and affordable city we know it can be. And I really do think we've got a lot of opportunity here in our city to move us forward.
Ok, lo que él quiere es impulsar de la mejor forma en todas las áreas, o sea, la ciudad de Calgary y para reactivar, o sea, la economía y todo este tipo de cosas. Y como dice él, los dos, o sea, estamos aquí, o sea, él y la gente o él y yo, no sé cómo traducirlo. You say, what? Are you talking about me or all the people?
Listen, you know what we're trying to do? We got to get everybody out to vote, right? That's what we ultimately want to do. Do your homework. This is an important election. You can check out the website down below. No matter what you do, get out and vote and have your voice heard on October 18th.
Así es, salgan a votar el 18 de octubre, salgan a votar, den a conocer su voz, no importa de la forma que lo hagan, pero obviamente los invitamos a que voten por Jeff Davison, right? I mean, it doesn't matter, like, just go out and vote, but we invite you to vote for him.
Well, thank you. That's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is there anything else? I mean,
Thank you for having me. This is great.
Yay! Ow! Just kidding. But no, thank you so much, and thank you for being here. I mean, like, honestly, I mean, like, I guess you have really good thoughts. Like, in your work plan is like, there's a lot of very interesting stuff. Like, that I'm sure. Well, I'm sure because I've been checking all the guys. Like, websites that can, like what's in their work plan. And I know, I mean, like probably their, well, it's not a movie, but let's say like the rating is like some of them, but you started like few weeks, let's say, ago with your campaign, and I know, like, I'm so direct when I talk, but I don't want to promote somebody else. So what I was gonna say, like, because I do remember this guy, start with the J as well, but okay, his name. So I do remember I saw his campaign started like months ago, right? So congratulations. I mean, like, I really want to congratulate you, because it doesn't matter, like, you started with your campaign like recently, not as the other candidates did it. I'm so happy because you mentioned in your website as well about like how big has been this improvement, or you know what I mean, like people that said like or they decided already that they're gonna vote for you on October 18.
Yeah.
So lo que estoy diciendo, oh my God, I blah, 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 I know. Yay! So, entonces, lo que les estaba diciendo es que hay otros candidatos y ustedes se han dado cuenta, estoy seguro que han visto a otro que empieza con la J por ahí. Oh, I'm gonna get in trouble, I guess. Anyways, yeah, because I received the invite to go there for a conference, like a press conference.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anytime.
Anyway, right. So, no, you. Oh, sorry about my English. What I'm saying that I'm invited to go to some other to the Jay's campaign.
Yeah.
You know what I
You're
mean?
invited anytime.
To go?
To the camp. You want to come join the campaign?
Another Jay, not you.
Oh no, they don't mind. They don't mind.
I know.
This
Yes.
is the only one that.
That you see, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm sorry, I confused you.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's what I'm telling people. Like, vamos, ya me callo. I better close my mouth because I'm gonna get in trouble for saying something about somebody else. And I said that I'm not sure if I'm going. So, well, I'm free to decide. So, I want to break free.
We're getting into the singing, honestly.
Yeah, I know. Well, I talk too much, I can sing now. So, anyways, los invitamos a la comunidad latina. Vamos a apoyar a Jeff Davison este 18 de octubre. De nuevo, vamos, o sea, las personas que pueden votar no pueden perder la oportunidad de ser parte de estas elecciones y además decidir también no en cierta forma, en mucha forma por ustedes mismos. ¿Qué es lo que ustedes quieren? ¿Qué es lo que ustedes quieren para la ciudad de Calgary? ¿Quieren cosas mejores? ¿Quieren quedarse en el pasado? Yo soy más político que eso. Do you want to stay in the same, do you want better things for city of Calgary? Or do you want to remain in the same things that used to be before? Mm-hmm. So it's your decision. Go on October 18 and vote for Jeff Davison. Right? Yay! Thank you so much again. Nos vemos próximamente, vamos a andar por ahí también. Y si organizamos el evento, les vamos a dejar saber. If we organize this event with Jeff Davison, so you can meet her like a meet and greet, right? So maybe we can do that, but we'll figure it out anyways. And thank you so much for being so open, like to be here. And see you people.